our students with easy access to health care. It's also part of our many efforts to ensure a safe return to campus this fall for our students, faculty, administrators, and staff. And by the way, we are back in session in person at all of our Alamo colleges. So on behalf of the board, I want to thank all our partners at UT Health San Antonio, and as well as everyone at Alamo colleges who have made this day possible, and it's a great day. Thank you. These clinics are yet another component in our efforts to ensure our students have great success at Alamo colleges. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sprague, and thank you to our board for being innovative and really recognizing the needs of students outside the classroom. There are so many needs that our students have, and healthcare is just one of them. So if they can have a full, healthy, whole life, they can be successful in their educational pursuits. And now I'd like to introduce our Chancellor, Dr. Mike Flores.
All right, thank you, Christy, and it's an honor to be here this morning. So good morning, and thank you for joining us. And I think as mentioned by Dr. Sprague, across the Alamo colleges, we are open and we are welcoming all of our students. And our mission is not only focused on student success and performance excellence, but actually focused on our students crossing the finish line, because we know that that provides social and economic mobility for each of our students, their families, and most importantly, for our community. But we also know that student success in college doesn't just require academic help. In fact, it means helping our students overcome several hurdles to ensure that they and their families are able to realize the attainment of a college credential. As Dr. Sprague mentioned, as part of a district-wide commitment from a board of trustees to student success, we have begun offering a variety of advocacy services at each of our colleges to ensure that students' basic needs are being met. And students come to us looking for assistance in many different ways. It could be paying utilities. It could be providing food till the end of the week or the next paycheck. It could be just having somebody to be able to talk to about the struggles that they are facing, not inside the classroom, but outside of the classroom. So one proof point, and something I think that is particularly important to mention relative to this partnership, of all of our students who accessed Advocacy Center services during 2020, 2021, almost 43%, 42.6% of students indicated they needed medical and healthcare resources. So I'm grateful today to be able to gather in person for us to celebrate one of our latest partnerships with UT Health San Antonio to be able to offer quality, low to no cost healthcare services to all of our students over the age of 18. Our partnership, in fact, launched in 2020, but because of the pandemic, was limited to telehealth services. And in addition to telehealth services, we are thrilled to announce the opening of 2 on-site health clinics, both at San Antonio College and at Palo Alto College, as we continue not only to return to campus, but increase our on-site presence throughout the remainder of this year and going forward into 2022. Students now attending any of the Alamo colleges are eligible to receive a wide range of healthcare services through on-site or telehealth services through this partnership called Wellness360. And these resources, most importantly, are available to students whether they have health insurance or not. Those without insurance will be asked to pay a nominal fee, and those that cannot afford it will be able to rely on resources that will eliminate the financial barrier so that no one is turned away. So I'm proud of So I'm proud of this strong partnership that we have built with UT Health San Antonio to be able to address this significant area of need for our students. I congratulate and want to mention those who have been involved across the Alamo College's district to implement these services and on-site clinics at right now 2 of our colleges. Want to recognize Ms. Patty Parma, Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Success Initiatives, and the entire Wellness360 team. I'm going to ask her, and I'm going to ask Mary Ann if both of you would please stand to be recognized. So both of these ladies, along with our colleagues throughout the district support operations, and most importantly at both of the colleges that you'll hear from today and our 5 colleges, were integral to beginning to formulate and to open and implement this partnership. I'd like to recognize Dr. Robert Gatza and Dr. Robert Vela, presidents of Palo Alto College and San Antonio College. And I'd like to recognize our UT Health San Antonio partners. So if you all could please stand. I know you're going to hear from Dr. Sakura, but if you all would stand, and Dean Breslin as well. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you all for being with us this morning. And to think that this actually began at a lunch about 3 years ago. Dean Breslin and Dr. Sakura, Vice Dean, thank you for your commitment. Doctora, thank you for being here today. I just want to thank everybody because conversation is what really makes it happen. And then for us at Alamo Colleges, it really is the vision articulated by our board and then the leadership and I think the ganas, right? And the wherewithal and resilience that all of us have to carry it forward. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you, Dr. Flores. I remember when Dr. Flores became the leader of this organization, he challenged us all to end poverty through education. And the way that we would do that is through partnership. And this partnership with UT Health has been an example of a way that we can do that. And I've seen so many people work so hard to make this a reality. We have multi-weekly meetings with Dr. Sakura and Patty and her team, the folks across the colleges, really across our whole Alamo Colleges district and the community to make this a reality. And one of the people who has led that effort is Dr. Cindy Sakura. So I'd like to welcome her today.
Thank you all very much. I just want you to know this is the first time I've had my mask off in public in a very long time. So this is a little awkward for me. I really want to thank you for this incredibly exciting event. I came to Texas 5 years ago. In case you haven't noticed, I don't have a Texas accent. I came here 5 years ago to join the UT Health nursing practice. And I came to Texas because of the School of Nursing's vision, and mission is to provide healthcare as an act of social justice. And that spoke to me deeply as I was trying to decide whether or not I would actually take a position here in Texas. The school had a very long history of engaging communities that had limited access to healthcare. The faculty practice provides and provided back then healthcare to places like Healy Murphy High School, a refugee clinic, Crosspoint, Jewish Family Services. And now we have a home for mommies who are in the process of getting rid of substances, and they're living with their children. We have a mobile unit that I'm really proud of that gets into Bexar County communities that are hardest hit by COVID and have the lowest vaccine rates. But I think one of my greatest accomplishments since I've been here was meeting Dr. Flores, and he doesn't remember. I met Dr. Flores at a retirement event, and we chatted for a little bit, and I learned from Dr. Flores that indeed the Alamo colleges are among the finest community colleges in the country, and I believe among the top 4. He also explained to me that the reason for the success in the Alamo colleges was that the approach to education included supportive services, that it wasn't education alone that would make people successful. He explained that healthcare was one of the missing components to these support services. What he didn't know was that Dean Breslin and I had visited the Alamo colleges the year before when I first got here. And we found this marvelous clinical space at SAC that was empty, and it didn't have any providers. So that evening when I had Dr. Flores' ear, we kind of talked a little bit about how we might rectify that healthcare situation. It's taken 3 years, and I don't know how many months, but we have indeed rectified the situation. We are opening 2 clinical sites at the Alamo colleges with plans, hopefully, to open more. We know that the student body is a largely un- or underinsured population and that they have limited access to care, as Dr. Flores just told us. We know that our partnership brings our nursing team to the front lines of healthcare at the colleges, fostering health and wellness for students as they pursue their goals. We know that if you are not healthy, it is difficult to accomplish anything. Our advanced practice nurses, and I'm going to introduce them, provide comprehensive, holistic care to students from the Alamo campuses at Palo Alto and San Antonio, where we have been provided gracious clinical space. The nurse practitioners diagnose, prescribe, and refer to other professionals, including behavioral health, to ensure wellness. Our approach is holistic. They deliver care with kindness, patience, and empathy. That is what nurses do, which is why we are the most trusted profession for 17 years running. Through the COVID pandemic, they've been able to provide telehealth services remotely to the Alamo students. And I remember setting them up with those computers to provide those services. It took a couple of days. We look forward to growing this practice and contributing to the success of the Alamo student body. And we greatly appreciate your confidence and the confidence of all the presidents who have made this dream a reality. On behalf of Dr. Ken Miller, who's our leader here at the Alamo colleges, he isn't able to be here today, he's traveling. I would really like to thank all of the amazing team of administrators. And I would like to introduce our staff because I think they're the best in the business. So Professor Beth Johnson, please stand. Beth is our provider at PAC. Dr. Maria Saldiva, please stand. She is our provider at SAC. Roy, please stand. Roy is one of our medical assistants. Micah, please stand. She's one of our medical assistants. And Alondra, please stand. I just want to say that I really and truly am so grateful to the graciousness that we've been shown at the Alamo colleges. Dr. Miller calls me once a week, and we have our weekly meeting, and he says, Cindy, someone comes to visit us every single day. And I always think to myself, wow, no one ever comes to visit me every day. But we have really been treated so well by all of you. And Patty and Mary, who I've never met Patty in person, believe it or not, we've been doing this for 3 years. And Mary, who I haven't seen in a very long time. I'm so happy to see you all. And thank you so much for having us. This is really a tremendous honor. And it demonstrates your confidence in us as nurses. Thank you. Mask on.
And nurses are the #1 profession, and we have an excellent care team. We've received so many compliments from students who visited our site with the professionalism that's been provided to them and the care that they've received. I do want to introduce one of our presidents. Back when Dr. Sikora met Dr. Flores, we had just won the Baldrige Award, and we were in the top 3, 4, maybe 2 colleges in the nation. But now I'm proud to announce the president of the #1 community college in the nation, Dr. Robert Vella.
Thank you, Christy, for that introduction. It still feels very surreal to be among the best in the country, not just at SAC, but the entire Alamo Colleges district. So thank you and good morning, everyone. At San Antonio College and across the Alamo Colleges district, we are committed to excellence in all that we do. Our thought is that if you, as a student, experience excellence, you begin to want it for yourself, you begin to want it for your family, and you begin to demand it. And it's important that whatever we do, it's of excellence. See, this is the power of one. At SAC, we believe that when a student makes it, they begin to transform their families, they begin to transform generations, and they begin to transform communities. That's the power of having one student experience excellence in everything that they do and ultimately graduate and maybe transfer to this fine institution and become productive members of our community. Our teams are committed to providing excellence service to support academics and eliminate the barriers that may be keeping them from their studies. Healthcare is a very personal area of need that I am so pleased that we are now equipped to meet, as Dr. Flores and thank you, mentioned. Since becoming president of San Antonio College in 2014, I've seen our advocacy services blossom into multifaceted approaches at supporting our students beyond the classroom. This is truly has been a labor of love over the years. And for us, it's been a very, very targeted retention effort. We see so many of our students drop out for things that we often could not control. And we chalked it up as, well, that's just life. And we've not accepted that anymore. We've taken on the personal responsibility to ensure that every student crosses the finish line. This work is continued by the addition of healthcare services in partnership with UT Health San Antonio. And I can vouch that UT Health San Antonio is of excellence in this community. And the only reason that I can say that from a very personal aspect is that my daughter is in her last semester of nursing school at UT Health, and she talks about all the great things that she does all over this community for some of the most underserved communities in this city. And she has nothing but great things to say about your institution. So there's a future nurse going into the profession thinking that UT Health transformed her life. The opening of the on-site clinics at San Antonio and Palo Alto colleges will increase access to high-quality healthcare services and improve the health and well-being of our students, and increase their confidence in the support systems we offer our students. I want to thank everyone who contributed to making telehealth and now our on-site clinics possible. From the employees at San Antonio College Advocacy Helpline who do all the intake calls, to all those who coordinated all the furnitures, all the locations to get ready for the clinic, it was a labor of love to ensure that we could provide our students the very, very best. So again, I cannot be more thankful and proud to be a partner with UT Health, specifically School of Nursing, because I know what you do in the community. I know what we do in our community. And I think together we're going to really take on and see a lot of successes in our own backyards. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vela. And we do have our health clinic at San Antonio College, but it's our intention to ensure that students across the whole community have access to on-site healthcare. So we do have another clinic at Palo Alto College, and I would like to introduce the president of Palo Alto College, who is also an award-winning college, Dr. Robert Garza.
See, Christy didn't say number one, so I follow number one, and at one point we were number two, but that's okay. That's all right. You know, I'd like to begin first and foremost by taking this opportunity to thank all of the nurses and the healthcare employees, because I know during these last 18 to 20 months, it has been one of the most challenging times in all of our lives, but more importantly for our healthcare workers who are going in and day out, time in and time out to care for others. And that's really what this is all about. It's care and corazón. It's really having that heart and that care for others that really moves us to take us to do amazing and great things. And I'm just honored and blessed to have that opportunity to share this moment with all of you as we continue to eradicate poverty through education, but more importantly, that we find ways to collaborate, connect, so that we can move so much further. You know, stemming from the leadership of the Board of Trustees, the administration at the district and college levels, and transcending through every department is a culture of sincere care for one another that is evident in the way that we interact with one another and continually put our students first. This is really a big deal. And I know we say administration, but I tell you, it all begins with leadership. Dr. Flores had a vision and a dream, and he's making things come to a reality, not for sections of the city, but for the entire city that ultimately generates to the state and the country. And his leadership and the leadership of Dr. Sprague and the leadership of Dr. Sycamore, that's just really taking us to a whole other level. I remember 3 years ago when we were having these conversations and me going home saying, I don't know if this is ever going to be a reality, because it's been tried for decades and it never happened. But you get the right leaders in the right place with the right idea and the right vision, and they can make some things happen. So I'm going to ask that we please extend an extra round of applause for our leaders for really jumping in, because we don't really thank them enough for what they do. You know, it's that culture of care coupled with data-informed decision-making and action-oriented systems that lead impactful partnerships and initiatives like the one we're commemorating at UT Health San Antonio. From our interactions with UT Health San Antonio staff to get to this point, we know that they share a culture of care and will provide the absolute best healthcare to our students. Yes, the addition of Wellness360 healthcare services is providing for basic need for healthcare, but it is also providing a space for students across the Alamo College districts to come to a safe, welcoming environment on our campuses to seek medical attention they need without having to worry about the cost. I'm originally from the Lehigh, and so we know that healthcare is a big deal. Many of the families within my community could not afford healthcare in the United States, so they would traditionally go to Matamoros right across the border for healthcare because they didn't have the funds. That is not only a Valle piece, that is a worldwide piece. And really stepping up to the plate to make a difference and knowing that there's costs associated with it. But what we really care about is people. And folks, it's really that simple. If in society we would just simply care about people, things would be so much better. But it's one step at a time, and this is really one big step that is happening here today. So in the event of our Wellness360 clinics can't provide the treatment needed, they will refer students to other low-cost medical resources in the community. And I will tell you, our community is ready to hear the questions, to answer the call. We're excited to invite students from across the Alamo College District to Palo Alto College and San Antonio College to benefit from this amazing resource. And I am so proud of my colleagues at both colleges for all of the hard work that went into making this happen. So I want to take this time just again to thank each and every one of you. Let's keep moving our community forward, and we're going to be continuing to do amazing things. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Garza, for those words. And it really is the heart and that spirit of caring and compassion that we have for our students to help them to reach their educational goals. But to talk about this as administrators or leaders, we can talk about the data around it and we can talk about what we see, but there's nothing like hearing from our students the impact that it actually makes on their lives. And so I'd like you to welcome our student trustee, Asia Lehigh, to talk a little bit about the student impact.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm so pleased to be here and represent my fellow students. The Alamo College District provides valuable support in many areas, and the addition of healthcare services will no doubt make in the lives of so many. When something goes wrong in your health, that can derail a lot in your life, including your academic success. By having a healthcare resource that is a quick phone call or a quick stop at one of you guys' amazing clinics away, more students will feel empowered to make their health a priority. It is reassuring to know that the practitioners in the Wellness360 clinics are committed to providing a holistic approach to health care, looking at our students' physical and mental well-being. In this day and age and everything all of the students and everyone is going through, I think that is so vital and so important. This is so important in these times that I'm so pleased that this resource is expanding our college's resources to address health overall. The fact that the Wellness360 clinics are also low cost and accept students without insurance will be another huge area of impact, as finances can be a huge barrier keeping people from taking care of themselves. And overall, not taking care of yourself will affect your academic studies and your success being a student. I'm so honored to have been invited to celebrate with you all today, and I look forward to continuing to support impactful work like this as this year's student trustee. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Asia. Now I would like to have you direct your attention to the screen where we can give you a preview of two of the on-site clinics in a short video.
UT Health San Antonio Wellness 360 clinics offer a holistic approach to students' health and wellness. Students enrolled at any of the Alamo colleges can schedule an appointment with a medical professional in one of our on-site clinics or via telehealth for primary care, men and women's health, and more. On-site clinics at Palo Alto College and San Antonio College are now open to students attending any of the Alamo colleges. Learn more at alamo.edu/wellness360.
You can see the clinics for yourself and enjoy more of the celebration at our two open house events. At Palo Alto College, you can see the clinic from 1 to 2 o'clock this afternoon, and at San Antonio College from 1 to 3 o'clock this afternoon. You could also learn more about the clinics, including where to park, locations, how to make an appointment on our website at alamo.edu/wellness360. And for those of us who are here in person, we have refreshments in the room right behind the curtain. So please avail yourselves to those. And for those who are online, please stop by one of our locations to take a look for yourself, or give us a call if you'd like to make an appointment if you're a current student. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.